Hey guys, I want to talk about some serious implications that are happening in the US right now in the housing industry. And I definitely think it's something that, as a Canadian, I need to bring to your attention because what's happening in the US quite often follows in Canada shortly thereafter. I want to preface this by saying there are a large number of investors leaving Canada and heading to the US to invest down there because it's far more lucrative than it is in Canada. And when I say invest, I don't necessarily mean that they're heading down there with millions of dollars. I mean, some of them are. But what they're doing is they're starting to invest in single family residential housing because the cap rates on rental is basically what it used to be in Canada like 15 to 20 years ago. So I will delve into that in a future podcast format. I will touch on it now, though. It is possible to get cap rates down there of anywhere from 7 to 10%, which is highly lucrative and something that we as investors all strive to achieve. They are achieving it down there, and it's being done in single family residential. So if we want to take a quick synopsis of the economy, basically right now with inflation, you want to invest in a hard asset, which is something that you can hedge your bets against inflation. And one of the most guaranteed hard assets is single family residential, real estate, duplexes. For the sake of argument, I am simply going to discuss single family residential right now. So believe it or not, I'm not sure if you know about this, but Wall Street is starting to snap up single family res in the United States. Not just starting, it's been happening for a long time. When we had the issues with the 07-08 crisis, a lot of Wall Street got together and started buying properties off the bank really cheap. So Wall Street is now getting into it on a major level, and Amazon has formed a company that is basically starting to do institutional buying, is what it's referred to, of single-family res. This is not a good thing for us. I want to say that again. This is definitely not a good thing for us. Why is it not a good thing for us? Because all you naysayers out there, please don't get into the whole landlords are bad, developers are bad, everything is bad. No, it's not bad. The house you're living in right now, or the condominium you're living in right now, or the place that you're renting right now was initially built by a developer. So not all developers are created equal. That is up to you to do the research and invest wisely when you are investing or purchasing your first home. But it is not good to have institutional buying to go in and buy residential housing. Why are they doing it? Ask yourself this. Does Wall Street invest in anything that they are uncertain of? No, they don't. They invest in something that they know they are certain of. So one of those things is, let's say, gold, for example. Another thing, housing. We all need a place to live. It's a hard asset. So they are cash buyers. What do you think this will do to you as a single family individual going to buy your first house? Not even a rental property, just your first house. If you're competing with an institutional buyer, and an institutional buyer doesn't go into a neighborhood and just buy one house, they go in and they buy all the houses. The other thing that they do is they have BTRs, build to rent. This is not the natural event that we want to see happen in North America. We have the land mass, we have the population, we have the ability to build. Therefore, we should be doing that. The natural progression is, as a fellow investor, somebody who had rental properties, you want to purchase a rental property. You want to make income at it because it's a business. Bottom line is you need to profit in order to be able to fix the furnace, to throw money back into the business, which is your investment of the home, which means that you need to elevate it to get higher rents within a reasonable amount, not necessarily what's going on right now. But think about this. If you have institutional buying happening where they're picking up whole neighborhoods at a discounted rate because they're buying en masse, they're paying cash, sellers like cash deals without a lot of complex offers associated to them. they can dictate. Lobbyists, they're going to have lobbyists that are going to advocate for no more rent control. What do you think's going to happen? There is a whole succession of events that could peter out from this, which could be, in my opinion, quite catastrophic for the housing industry. Not necessarily for people in my generation or even my children's generation, but I could definitely see this heavily affecting my children's children. I could still even see it affecting my children if they want to get into the rental business, for example, and have 5 rental properties and look after them. And, basically that's to solidify their retirement as they get older. Because let's face it, in Canada, it sucks. There is no other way around it. You have to work really hard in Canada. And I don't necessarily mean physically hard, but I mean mentally hard. You need to really step outside the box to get ahead in this country because we are taxed up the ass. That's right. We are so heavily taxed here, it's hard to get out from underneath that umbrella. And when you have the past federal government that we had, printing money, controlling everything with the way they do, giving out money, they control everything with inflation, which is raising interest rates, which is causing carbon tax. Remember, I will say the government doesn't make money. They take our money and spend it. And not necessarily the current government is being fiscally responsible at all. So here we are in this situation in the United States. It wouldn't surprise me. Ken McElroy, who I absolutely have all the utmost respect for because he is completely self-made. He has a podcast on this, which I will put a link to in this post. He's calling it basically a black swan, which I kind of have to agree with him on this, because if the corporate buyers, aka Wall Street, start to advocate and lobby with housing as their focus, because let's face it, the objective of Wall Street is to always make money. So if they're making money and they suck up the housing market that's available, we're in big trouble. So institutional buying basically took 700,000 houses in 2022. And by 2030, which is only very short years away, it is anticipated that institutions will own over 7.6 million houses in the United States. That is an absolutely massive number. And I definitely think it's something that we need to consider advocating against. I don't know in Canada. I don't know. We have no power, obviously, in the United States. I think this will be an interesting thing to watch how it plays out. I would love to hear your thoughts and comment below. But I don't know about you. Jeff Bezos and Amazon is basically impossible to compete with as an independent. And I mean that even from a business corporate perspective of, if I'll speak to myself, I had a manufacturing company, we shipped. I couldn't compete with Amazon. I couldn't get a package the same day to a client or the next day without paying an arm and a leg for it. But he does it en masse. What do you think that's going to do to the housing industry? If you think you want to own your own home, you will own nothing and be happy. I don't know about y'all, but I don't feel that way. I like owning my own home, and I think it's something that we should all aspire to. Anyhow, thoughts, please comment below. Please be nice about it. I will post some links as to the name of the company, what it is, something that you should be aware of, and definitely something that we need to consider paying attention to in our own country. And that's all. Peace out. Love y'all. Ciao for now. Bye.